Hey, this is Toya J. I'm coming to you with Tresses and Tea.
Yes.
Today's topic is going to be domestic violence. This is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I thought I would tell this story. At first I was like battling, should I do something funny? But a lot of domestic violence situations have been going on, so I'm going to tell this story. So here we go. Okay, this is before I had kids or anything. Like, I had just moved out. It was about 98. We was at my friend's house, and we drinking, smoking, having a good time, and me and this boyfriend I was with at the time, like, stayed into it all the time. He was, like, so freaking jealous, like, just jealous for no freaking reason. So, we over there drinking. He wanted to go. He just wanted to go. So, we get up, and we live, like, around the corner from where my friend stayed. So, we get in the house, and, like, we used to bang. Like, when I tell you I bang, like, this fool had headbutted me one time. I had a hematoma, like, sitting out. Like, I was like this. Like, I mean, I know domestic violence ain't funny, but sometimes you just gotta laugh about stuff. Just, you know, keep from crying. So, it was like this. So, I could look up and see this knot on my head. And then before my brother had passed away, he got killed in California. He had gave me this thick herringbone, like that Tupac chain. Like, I was fresh, like, you know, so fresh. So every time, he knew that that necklace meant so much to me, like, so he would always snatch it off and break the clamp, and I would be at the mall every week getting the clamp fixed.
That's a hater.
Oh, he was such a hater. Like, he just hated himself at the end of the day. But that's coming later. That's going to be the moral of the story. So we over there drinking. So we go to the house and we fighting, banging it out. And so this, I see it coming. He reaching for the necklace. So when he went to reach for it, I went to grab it. And when I grabbed it, it sliced all my, this whole hand, it sliced my fingers down to the bone. Like, my fingers was hanging, y'all. Like, it was just hanging on there.
So is that why your pinky goes like that?
Yeah, that's why they won't stand up straight to this day. Like, I really and truly am not even supposed to be doing hair to this day. The doctor even said, like, what is your profession? Like, they're talking, like, when I was in the ER, because I had to go, I called the ambulance because my hands is, like, hanging. And they take him to jail. But, you know, you young, dumb, and you think you in love with this fool. So I'm like, no, he didn't do it. Was it an accident? You know, trying to play it off so he don't go to jail. So when I'm in the emergency room, they stitch it up just to get me through, just so the swelling can go down so I can get to surgery. So this happened, like, on a Saturday night. I had to check in for surgery on Monday. And I go to Denver Health. Keep in mind, none of my friends knew when this happened. I go to check in at Denver General. What Denver Health?
Denver General is on the word, in the word right there on C.
I go check in and they're like, so who's here with you? And I had put everybody in the paperwork. So I'm gonna act like somebody, oh, she went to check her, she went to go turn her car in or something. It was like, well, we can't start your surgery until we know who's here with you. I went and checked in the surgery and everything by myself because I was just so embarrassed of the situation. So I'm at Denver Health by myself. So they planned it out. They called my mom in the back because I had her down as next to kin. They called her like, do you know your daughter's up here about to go through surgery? And she's like, huh? What are you talking about? It was like her fingers are cut off. And we have to reconstruct every tendon, every nerve, and everything in her finger. And her surgery is going to take about 8 to 10 hours. Nobody's up here with me. I'm thinking I'm going to drive myself home, shake it off, and you know, I'm just going to be good. So once my mom and I, well, it wasn't even my mom. I can't remember who came up. Oh, the boyfriend's sister came up there. And so she was able to drive me home. Y'all, when I tell you I had to go through, my fingers was completely like this after surgery. Like, I couldn't even bend them up. I had to go work at a call center, and keep in mind, all I knew was hair. I know nothing else, okay? And to this day, I don't know nothing else. This is just how humbling you go through stuff, like, to humble you down a little bit because you just never know. I was not supposed to be doing hair ever again in life. And the doctor even said, if you did not hold that necklace the way you did, you would have sliced your throat and you would have been dead instantly. It cut my fingers that deep to where he was like, my neck was scratched up, and he was like, if you didn't hold it the way you did, you would have just been dead. Like, it would have cut you, your vocal cord, you would have just died. So here it is in court. I'm in there all wrapped up, begging them, please don't take him to jail, please don't take him to jail. And no one knows what happened still to this day. Like, I'm acting like it was an accident, like I grabbed my necklace and it cut my neck. No one knows the story. So here it is. Years later, I go through physical therapy, and so at nighttime I used to just cry and pray. Like, I don't know what it is about this boy, because we have no connection. We have no kids, we have no property, like we have nothing together. What is it? Like, we used to fight so bad, I knew the only way out was gonna be death. Here it is at this point. Okay, we done did all the black eyes, the busted lips, you done tore up my apartment, tore up my car, you know, we done did all that. At this point, my only out is one of us is gonna die. And when I did 8 hours in surgery, I was like, the next step is death. Like, I'm either gonna accidentally kill him or he's gonna accidentally kill me, and somebody's gonna be dead and somebody's gonna be in jail the rest of their life. And so I used to just cry every night. And one day, when I was in school, beauty school, there was a Chinese boy, he was in there for nails, and he was like, you do know putting people's, we were talking about tattoos, like putting people's names on you is bad luck. Like, you will never be with this person again. And I went as far as getting this fool's name tattooed on me this big. It was like literally this big, just to try to get rid of him. And it worked. After crying, praying, and all that, girl, that tattoo worked. Like, I just woke up one day and was like, I hate you. Like, I just couldn't do it no more. Between the surgery and the tattoo, I don't know which one worked, but shit worked. But you cannot tell me one person that got their name, they might be together right now, but it's such bad luck to get somebody's name tattooed on you.
Janae Aiko got Big Sean whole face on her.
Girl, she dumb as a motherfucker. But hope her kid look like his ass. So then here it is, years later, he ended up not doing time because I told them it was an accident, And now I'm working in call center jobs, not doing hair, getting fired from every call center, every temp agency, encore staffing, call, like I worked everywhere. But I knew that wasn't my, girl, MCI used to crack, like it was like the club up there, y'all. Lunch break at MCI was the shit. So here it is. I'm getting fired from everywhere, and I was like, I just got to go back to school, but I couldn't even use my hands. But now my fingers is like barely coming up, like where I can kind of use my, I couldn't even really type. Like, they was giving me jobs just on the strength. Like, I really could have got disability. Like, my fingers is really that jacked. Like, I have no feeling in them.
I see it.
And you can tell that they're, you know, a little deformed.
You can't feel.
I can't feel anything in them. So here it is. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm gonna go back to hair school. Go back to hair school. Fingers hurting. Like, we're doing hair like this, like doing sculpture ponytails and stuff. Like, you know, handicap. Go back to hair school. Finish hair school. Get pregnant with JJ. Here I am working in the shop years later. And this detective walked in and she was like, I'm here to serve you. And I was like, for what? And she was like, the guy that cut your fingers is going through a big trial and we need you to testify. And I was like, huh? So I called my mom, I'm like, Mom, you'll never guess what happened. She was like, what? And I was like, I just got served today. They want me to testify on whoop-de-whoop because of when he cut my fingers off and da-da-da. She was like, oh, well, tell them what you told me. Keep in mind, this is like 11 years later. Don't lie. I don't lie for so long, forgot my lie. She was like, because that ain't what you told me. And I was like, what did I tell you? She was like, you did not tell me that boy cut your hand. Tell them the same lie you told me. They just go, you can't lie forever. Like, it's going to come out eventually. But the moral of the story is that you never know why you're going through situations. Like, it was a humbling experience. Like, I had to go get a regular 9-to-5 job. Now I appreciate my job because I don't punch in. I punch no clocks. I make my own schedule. So, like, you go through stuff for certain reasons. Like, thank God when I got on that stand, they didn't even use me because he ended up taking the plea and all that. But it was just my, I guess that was just my timing for me to tell my mom exactly what happened. Because I had lied for so long about my hand. No one knew the truth. But it ended up coming out. It ended up coming out in the end, but it was crazy. And to this day, when they say he take care of his children, honey, he do. Because I have been succeeding and soaring ever since, and he's still down in the dirt and, you know, ain't doing nothing. But I wish him the best. Wish him the best and keep it pushing. But I'm telling you, I have lost friends to domestic violence, and that's another thing that's scary because we had just buried a friend, like, after that happened, like a year later, her boyfriend had stabbed her in the neck in front of their kid. And we went to school with her, like, she was a really good friend of mine. And that was just always running in the back of my mind, like, one wrong hit, you choked me the wrong way, like, anything. Like, when I tell you, we used to bang, y'all. That's why I be looking at these chicks like, you don't want this. Like, I've been banging with niggas for, you don't want these problems, girl. I be trying, like, to keep it in, but I really will bust a bitch. Like, this ain't what you want. I've been fighting this nigga for years. But I'm just telling you, like, if you in a domestic violence situation, I know at the moment it's hard. You don't see the outcome or you don't see the light. But when he bring you through that storm, like, the end, the greater part of it is gonna be a testimony that's gonna be so unreal. I know at that time you feel like I couldn't sleep, I couldn't function, like, just trying to figure out, like, why me? But now I know why, because when the little girls be coming in here, it was a girl that just in here. Yeah, last night we just helped the lady get beat up in the parking lot. You could be in certain situations to help people. I feel like stuff that you go through don't be for you at that moment. It's for you at that time, but it's going to be for you to help somebody else later on in life. So if you're going through a domestic violence situation, you're not the only one that's been through it. I know it's really hard right now, and this is Domestic Violence Month. So I just wanted to bring awareness to it that reach out. There's help out there. And
you got the number?
I don't have the number. What is it?
It's a 1-800 number.
Oh, we'll put it on the link.
Yeah.
I'll get the domestic violence number for you. If you need anybody to talk to, when you know, I really can't be everyone's Dr. Phil or counselor.
I was about to say, come to
But,
the beauty bar.
no, come to the beauty bar and get your hair done. And we'll drink some of this tea. And we'll talk about it and I'll help you through it. But just know you're not the only one that's been through it or is going through it. But your storm, once it's over, the light at the end of the tunnel is going to be so greater. So just stay positive and be blessed. And thank you for tuning in for Toya's Days, Tresses and Tea. Till next time.